Well then, it looks as though the Dragon King is back. Latest chapter of Fairy Tail, some interesting things to talk about because one of the biggest things that I was really disappointed and Hiro Mashima so far with the latest chapter has kind of redeemed is the way Acnologia went out. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you really kidding me? This is how it ends for the big Shabanga villain of them all, Acnologia? Hiro Mashima kind of changed things around a bit with this chapter, bringing him back. I mean, it was teased very heavily and we all expected with the latest chapter, or the last week's chapter, shall I say, where the sky was cracking. And it seems as though he absorbed or ate the ravenous of time. Basically, he broke out of that. So it's kind of like that point in the manga where the main villain has fucked shit up beyond belief and he's just beyond strong. Because if he went through that, yeah, Acnologia, he was already hacks as hell, and it was like, how the hell do you beat him? Now he's even more hacks, and of course, you know, some of the hacks lords aren't exactly there to stop shit. I gotta lie. In the chapter, when Erza got blasted off, and then she was in the water, and like, oh, I was just like, bitch, please, just stay out of this one. We do not want you. We got 7 chapters left after this chapter. We do not want you right now. We don't. And I was like, oh my god, like, I hope not. And so far, they kept her away. I mean, it would have been more realistic, and I think it would have been more impactful, and that's not really my problem with the chapter, but that's just why my expectations and my hype isn't really at an all-time high, because I would have preferred, hey, Acnologia came back, okay, he killed a motherfucker right then and there, decapitated somebody, but when Makarov's return a few chapters ago, yeah, none of that is happening. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's not happening. I think his return, while it was cool and it's like, yeah, you know, Acnologia is back, at the same time as like, my expectations aren't really up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, oh yes, he's back, it's about to be lit. Because it's like, with everything that's gone down with Fairy Tail, my expectations are at an all-time low. Again, it's a good thing that he's back and he wasn't put down that way. I'm expecting Ichiya to return as well. Maybe Anna might die because it seems as though Hiro Mashima doesn't have a problem with killing characters from like alternate timelines and shit like that, similar to what he did with the copy of Lucy or whatever. So Anna might die, or she might come back and then die afterward, doing one last deed to take Acnologia down. But I'm expecting Ichiya to return, but hopefully it's not on some shit of like he busts out of Acnologia's stomach and he's like, man, I will be so disappointed if that's the case. Like, please don't let that be the case. And it was just kind of like, hey, he's back, but again, my expectations are still gonna stay low because it's like he didn't come back with a bang as far as killing anybody. He just, like, you know, fucked people up a bit. So let's wait and see if he's gonna actually have any impact with, you know, his return from the Ravenous of Time. And then one other big thing about the chapter was a lot of the Dragon Slayers, or I think all of the Dragon Slayers for that matter, they disappeared and they're in Acnologia's Ravenous of Time, including Natsu. So Natsu's disappearance had nothing to do with his connection of being END and Zeref and whatnot. It was pretty much Acnologia, which it seems like it's a huge mistake because you got to think right now, why the fuck would you bring the people, all of the people, the only ones that can actually take you down, all into one spot? Because I believe he took all the Dragon Slayers there, that they could take you out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why not just come there, kill all of them, be done with it? It seems as though this is going to be his downfall. I don't know if you can attribute it to cockiness. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we attribute it to, hey, this is Hiro's way out of, you know, taking out Acnologia. We're going to have all the Dragon Slayers more than likely jump him and defeat him and call it a day. But it seems like Acnologia, really, these are the only people that can actually do something to you, and you're going to bring them to you and you're ravenous of time. I'm like, I see where this is going. I mean, I'm still like, hey, it's awesome that he came back and he wasn't put down the way we previously had thought he was going to be put down. But as a whole, is like, I kind of see what's happening here. And it's like, apparently from what I heard, because I've never read it or watched it, I've only seen like bits and pieces, but this is also how Raid Master went down, or something similar to this with Raid Master. I don't know. I can't really confirm or deny that because I've never seen it, whatever, but I heard that this is something similar to what Hero did with Raid Master, so maybe that could be some clues as to what's going to happen in the end of Fairy Tail if you go and check out the end of Raid Master. As a whole, chapter was alright. I mean, it was good that Acnologia is back, but again, I don't know if it's just that my taste in my mouth for Fairy Tail at this point is so sour that I can't even get hyped for something that's really supposed to be awesome. Like, my favorite villain is back. You know what I'm saying? It was Acnologia and Zeref, and Acnologia at number 1. He's back, but he already made a mistake coming back, bringing them into the Ravenous of Time, the people that can take him down. Really curious what you guys think about this, though. First of all, how do you feel about Acnologia's return? I think, for the most part, across the board, there's no denying hey, this is a good thing that Acnologia wasn't taken out in that really crappy way. But with only 7 chapters left, how much of a fight we're really going to have? We're going to have a 1 or 2 chapter smackdown, and however Acnologia goes down, because let's be real, it's not like he's going to win, he's going to go down. So it's kind of like, what do you think about his return? Are you excited? You don't give a fuck? You feel as though it's just going to be an ass pull? Also, do you think it was a huge mistake on Acnologia's part to bring the Dragon Slayers into his realm, so to speak, because they're the people that can defeat him? Or you think that he has a plan? Or what do you attribute to that, other than, like, you know, hey, easy, sloppy writing? And your overall thoughts of the chapter. How do you feel about his return as a whole? I mean, I'm hyped. I'm like, yes, okay, he's back, great, but I'm at the same time like, I feel as though I already know how this is all going to play out. So, kind of hard to be hyped at the same time. And your raw thoughts. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.